Oh yeah. Richard here, what up peeps? It's good to be hanging out with you again. I'm a happy camper finally. I got it in my hands and there's been a lot of talk about this RDA lately. I've been hearing nothing but good things said about it. That really got my attention, got me excited. So I went into YouTube before I got this, that is, and checked out the reviews on YouTube. And true enough, all the reviewers had many good things to say about this. Mainly, one that it can really chuck the clouds, and more so for the flavor. You could chase flavors with it, and it produces amazing flavors. So I went into eBay and I saw a lot of clones, but I was thinking by the time it come here, the postage that I pay, it's probably twice the price of the RDA or 3 times. So I decided to just put the idea aside and just hang on to it and see if, keeping my fingers crossed, hopefully one of the retailers here would bring it in. So one fine day I was just surfing through the internet, and lo and behold, I saw it pop right in front of me, and immediately, I didn't care whether it was a clone or an authentic, but it's a clone. It was priced at 65 ringgit. I immediately grabbed it, got it sent to my place, and he's sitting right on my Hexo mod right now. Oh, beautiful. That's all I can say. Like they say, the rest is history. Let's go ahead and check out the Velocity Clone RDA by Tobeco. Oh yeah. See the excitement on my face. I'm like a little kid with a new toy, or in a toy store. Anyway, coming back to the point. The authentic version of this RDA is actually a collaborative effort by Cisco and Dino of Insignia Designs. The Velocity RDA retails for about 115 US dollars. That is pricey, but it's worth it. If you can afford the authentic, I would pay money to go buy it, alright? It's a great RDA. So anyway, this is a clone by Tobeco. It's available from 2 retailers that I found out for you, especially to all my Malaysian friends out there. I'm sure you're jumping for joy right now. I'm doing all the hard work for you. Just kidding. Anyway, if you're from West Malaysia, you can get it from a company called eltsmo.com, which I think you've heard me mention before. I've also reviewed the devices from them that they've got in. So eltsmo.com, Eugene is the guy to look out for. They're based in KL, retailing this for 65 ringgit. Okay, so if you're in KL, easier to get to a shop that's closer to you or a retailer. If you're in East Malaysia, you can actually pick it up from a company called UNO Vapor Trends. They're based in, I think, Sabah or Sarawak. I think in Kuching, Sarawak. So anyway, if you're from Sabah or Sarawak, pick it up from UNO Vapor Trends. They're retailing it for 60 ringgit. However, that excludes postage. Postage, post laju, very minimal. I think it's only about 8 to 10 ringgit or something like that, okay? This RDA, my friend, has got tons of airflow in it. 2 big Cyclops style airflow, 2 by 8 millimeters, and also all these indirect air holes right up above the Cyclops style air holes, 6 all around, 2 millimeters in diameter, and you can't have anything more. It's so airy. And the best part, besides being airy, you'd think, you're not going to get any flavors from it. No, wrong. You get amazing flavor. And it's true what all the other reviewers have said. Great flavor. Oh, yum yum. Anyway, also not your normal 3-post design. Only got 2 posts, positive, negative on each side of the deck, and it's so easy to do your build. We'll get into the close-ups and you have a look at it yourself, okay? So I'll meet you on the other side after that and catch up with you again. See you in a bit. The standard package that it comes in, some markings at the bottom, picture of the Velocity RDA at the top there, and that's about it. Opening it up, and you have your bag of spares here. It looks like I've ripped the top portion of the packaging, which is O-rings, grub screws, Allen key in case you need some replacements, and you also have a 510 drip tip adapter here, which doesn't come with O-rings. It has these double threadings here so that it'll be durable and it'll last you for a while. Okay, you can fit in your 510 drip tip on top here, which will come to that shortly, and right in there is your device wrapped up in plastic. Okay, so you have the RDA here. Let's remove the plastic, and this is the Velocity RDA Up Close. Brushed stainless steel finish, stainless steel 304, the material. same as the authentic version. Let's get up closer to it. So taking a quick look all around, you have all these indirect air holes right here, 6 of them in total, measuring 2 millimeters in diameter for each hole. And right at the bottom here you have a fake serial number V1986, and you have your copper pin, center pin here, non-adjustable. This is silver plated over copper, and your 510 threading. On top you have a white ball drip tip which measures 12 millimeters in diameter, made of delrin, and you could replace this with your own 510 drip tip. All you got to do is just unscrew it. This is also no o-rings, made of double threading here, and to put it back, all you got to do is just back it up a little bit and try and make some adjustments and then screw it back on. That's it. Alright, so to remove this, just unscrew it and you fit this adapter into it. And get your own drip tip. So I've just got a random drip tip, 510 drip tip here, and this is how it looks like. You want to adjust your airflow. You can turn this either way, clockwise or anti-clockwise, and make your adjustments for the indirect airflow. 6 altogether as I mentioned, and if you open it up, turning it anti-clockwise, you will also expose another 2 Cyclops style air holes in the middle there, right here. That measures 2 millimeters by 8 millimeters in length. So you've got plenty of airflow here, and if you make the adjustments to open up all the airflow, here it goes, and you have nice little smiley face staring at you. Top cap can actually open up all the way and it comes off. So once you take it off, it has an o-ring to hold up against it, and it's got threadings on top, and that's your little air hole, which is in actual fact oval in shape, all 6 of it around. And if you notice, I still have my coils in there, and the Cyclops style air hole is directly in front of your build. Right. Okay, so once you pull this off, there's 2 o-rings to hold on your top cap. This is how your top cap looks like in there. All the air holes around. And if you look closer over here at this lip here, that's all around here, this portion here, okay? There's a little groove here, if you notice. There's a small little indent groove there. Yeah, that is for you to actually line up against the side of the deck, which has got this little tab here, just by the side of your negative post, all right? This little tab here. So you get the groove, and you line it up, or if you don't want to line it up, you can just put it in at random, and what happens is it will not sit flush with the deck. It'll have that little space there. All you got to do is just hold the base, put a little bit of pressure and turn it, and it'll click in place. Once it clicks in place, it sits flush. All right. Otherwise you can just look for the groove there and line it up against the tab here on the negative post here, oh sorry, on this side, and just put it just before that, turn it, and it'll click in place. And you have your deck here right now with 2 of my micro coils there. Please excuse it. And just to show you how it's actually pinned down onto the post holes there, you have a very deep juice well to start with, which measures 6.5 millimeters in depth. So that is very, very deep, okay? That is how deep your juice well is. Okay, and you have these 4 big large post holes, which measures also about 2 millimeters in diameter, so no problem for your very, very thick wires. I've got 26 gauge wires here and dual coil. All you got to do is just have your top leg go into the top hole, your bottom leg go into the bottom hole, and that's it. It's very easy to build. Likewise, top leg go into the top hole, bottom leg go to the bottom hole, and then you screw down from the side here. You have your grub screws at the side. The positive is with the peak insulator here. As you can see, there's a peak insulator there that goes down to the center. This is your positive. So your positive post is actually connected like an L shape to the center here. Yeah. And this is your negative. Your negative is actually milled onto the deck. So you have negative, positive, and that's it. 2 post design, very smart. Okay, that eliminates the center post, and which is connected to Euro 510 pin at the bottom here. Again, it's non-adjustable. If you take a closer look at it, you don't need to adjust it because there's got that slight protrusion, and you can also use this on a hybrid mod as well when you have, you know, that little protrusion here. So that's about it. Let's assemble it back. We're gonna put back the atomizer stand. 2 O-rings here for you to hold the top cap, and like I said, you could either, you know, look for the groove and just line it up against this little tab here, which is a little bit inconvenient, but I find I have no issues with it. All I got to do is just push it in. Even if I don't line it up, I'll just hold the base here, turn until it clicks, and it sits flush. All right, so you have all the other air holes here. Now all you got to do is just push this in. You've got an O-ring there that's going to hold against the cap, and also the threading as well. So when you're putting it back, just be a bit gentle and make sure you don't, you know, ruin the threadings as well. Just once you get the threadings in, you can make your adjustments. You can have the air hole half open or 3/4 open, and then the indirect air holes on the top, you can make your adjustments. You can have it halfway or just a hairline like that. That's entirely up to you. Okay, so normally what I do is I just leave it half like that, and 3/4 of the Cyclops style air hole. And you want to put back your whiteboard drip tip, which I would normally use. I'll just back it up a bit, get into the threading, and that's it. Okay, so overall, the measurements, dimensions for this RDA is 22 millimeters diameter at the bottom here by 28 millimeters in height, minus the drip tip. Okay, without the drip tip, it's 28 by 22 diameter. So that's the measurement there for you. This is our Velocity clone RDA from Tobeco. Very good one-to-one clone. We'll get back topside, talk about it again, and take a vape on it. So my friends, this is another RDA that's a keeper, the Velocity RDA, or you know, the authentic version calls it the Velocity Competition Class RDA. Sounds really grand. Personally, I love the airflow. It'll give me the chance to do some serious cloud chasing, I tell you. And those post holes there, they're really nice and big for thicker wires, like, you know, 22 gauge or 20 gauge wires. Fantastic. Option to control the airflow, you know, where you have those indirect air holes on the top. You could either close it to do some flavor chasing, or have it half open or hairline open, and things like that. That's entirely up to you. No more spinning center post, because it doesn't have a center post anymore. It's just got a negative and a positive on each side of the deck. So that eliminates the problem of, you know, every time you buy a clone, you try to do a build and the center post starts to spin, and that is a spoiler. Protruding 510, that means I can have this on my hybrid mechanical mod. Great stuff. So those are the pros that I have here. Cons, I don't think I can think of one. I don't think that it's even a con to consider. Most, you know, the little notch in there where you got to look for it and then try and get it into the groove there and then click it so that it's, you know, it sits flush with the deck. But it shouldn't be a problem, even if you don't look at it. You just have to push it down, hold the bottom section of it, turn it clockwise or counterclockwise, and you get the click, and then it sits nice and flush. So I wouldn't even consider that a con. So in other words, zilch, nada, no cons. So far, you know, this has been working great for me, and I'm really loving it. I'm going to take a toke before we wrap things up. This is definitely a big thumbs up. Malaysians, like I said, I found it for you. If you're from West Malaysia, Kielites, you can buy it from eltsmo.com. He's based in West Malaysia. East Malaysia, Sabah and Sarawak, you can get it from O&O Vapor Trends. They're retailing it for 60 ringgit, whereas eltsmo.com is retailing it for 65 ringgit. It's just a 5 ringgit difference. So that's it. Until I talk to you again, vape safe, have a nice day. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your support. God bless. Have a great day. Bye for now.